Team 12 is back. Today we are reviewing One Piece, Chapter 878, Guardians, Captain of the Mink Tribe. Pedro. Gob, good to have you back.
Nice to be back, Nimbus. And what a chapter. This was just chock full of all just Oda being Oda. I love how he does this.
Yeah, first off, I just got a shout out to the color spread to start this off.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yes.
I overlook these sometimes, but you gotta always go back when you're done with the chapter, because the chapter is very distracting. Then you look back and you see Zoro and Sanji are continuing their rivalry, shooting watermelon seeds at each other. It's great.
I mean, anytime I read one of these chapters, you have to go through it once just to like get the story, and you almost miss out on the art because there's just so much going on, and so you got to go back that second time just to kind of see the art, appreciate Oda for everything that he's doing because they're just layers to it.
Yeah, some of the best art is in these opening spreads. For example, Luffy looking into the fan, just shooting his. It's so creative how he uses Luffy's stretch ability, and Nami's shirt looks pretty cool too.
And
He's getting better with his colors.
I mean, yeah, it feels a little weird, but whatever, still appreciate it.
All right, Gob, let's jump right into the chapter. Oda started this one off with a flashback. I'm usually not a huge fan of this, and I did not expect Roger to show up in this.
No, okay, it was like a flashback within a flashback. It was like going back to Pedro when he had to give up his eye and 50 years of his life.
Yes.
And while you have that flashback, you go to like the flashback of him with Roger. I'm with you, Nimbus. I think that flashbacks in general they're not really a good idea. They're kind of cheap storytelling.
I'm getting some bad flashbacks to. I'm getting some bad flashbacks to Attack on Titan season 2.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Yeah, but I mean, Oda, you gotta give it to him. He does it right. It is chock full of information. I can't wait to see what the official translation is of Roger when he was saying there's like a limit to how much time I have, and like everyone will have their own turn. Because when you're dealing with Roger, you don't get that many words, so you have to imagine that Oda selects them very carefully.
Extremely. I 100% agree with you on that one. In the chapter that we read, Roger said, there's a limit to how much time I have. We all knew that from the beginning, but now, we know why Pedro has a limit. Could Roger have the same limit from the same person?
I mean, I don't know. It kind of leads you to believe that. The whole proximity to it is. I think that might have played into a little bit of why Roger just didn't have time, because there's no other reason that you can really assume why a man with as much power as he had would just like give himself up knowing that he didn't have a long lifespan.
Right, and such a huge part of this story is coming up with a cure to heal all sicknesses. I don't think this is a sickness that Roger has. I think it has something to do with his soul.
Yeah, I mean, because if there was a sickness, then he has all the money, power in the world. If there was a way he could heal it, he would probably be trying to heal it.
Yeah, and a lot of what happens on Roger's ship is a lot of his crewmates are actually the ones mentoring Luffy and probably will mentor other people in the crew. So maybe his doctor will end up mentoring Chopper and say, I'll help you figure out how to heal any disease because that's your goal. I think isn't it Usopp's goal too? To heal...
I mean, Usopp, I always associate Usopp with wanting
his girlfriend's a doctor. That's my bad.
Yeah, I've always assumed Usopp is going to run the Giants.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He'll do what Big Mom couldn't even do. Anyways, the second part of what Roger was saying was, listen, every person will definitely have a time when it's their own turn. Now, based on that, you kind of pull away, everyone will have their own moment. But now we look at this, and Pedro sacrificed himself for the Straw Hats. In the last chapter, he said they would bring dawn. I'm getting a lot of Game of Thrones vibes from this, but anyways,
absolutely,
it actually turns out and looks like Pedro's dead. Which
Yeah,
there was a little time there where you saw that shadow in the
that
smoke, and it was like,
brief moment where it was like, oh, might he be bringing Pedro back? But nah, it was Peros,
don't.
which is it took me a second to realize what was going on because Pedro and Peros just are so close. I was like, wait, who survived?
Yeah, that was scary. You see the shadow, and it's like, Oda, why do you
I,
do this?
but that, and then we just get right into the action, and I love it. I just, I, I cannot wait for the Luffy fight. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Oh, that it was an incredible climax to the chapter because we see, literally. I mean, the reason I'm so excited for this fight is we literally saw, uh, Dogtooth and Luffy both do the Luffy, his signature move. They both throw the fists. That's
Yeah,
when I was like, this fight is gonna be crazy. It's literally Oda's way of drawing Luffy versus Luffy. But Katakuri has some very interesting skills that I'm very interested to see. And the best part of the chapter is Luffy's like, guys, go on without me. I'll meet up with you later. Obviously, no plan whatsoever. And he breaks the mirror when he gets into Mirror World, and he's just ready to go.
because when Luffy fights, he wants to give himself no outs. It is just we are going to do this.
Mano a mano. Pedro
Yeah,
would be proud.
I totally agree. He has no idea how he's gonna get back. But he's Luffy. He's like, I'm gonna figure it out. It'll be just fine.
Yeah, he is the best. He's the best planner for not actually making any plans. It's incredible.
I mean, it helps to be like arguably the most powerful person in the universe right now. So, it's a little easy for him to figure out what he wants to do.
And another thing I'm looking forward to in this fight is actually learning him more about Dogtooth. Why is he Dogtooth? What are those scars on his face? We haven't seen his face yet.
You know that you're gonna get Dogtooth backstory while they're fighting.
It's really cool how Oda wrote this arc because, we had no idea that this would be kind of the big bad that Luffy's gonna take down for this arc. We've known from the beginning he wasn't gonna take down Big Mom.
Because he said it.
Right, exactly. Luffy is very wise for not being wise. It's a theme, but
He's the smartest idiot in the room.
exactly. It's gonna be really cool to learn his backstory, and if this is the route to this is the start of the climax in my eyes.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I would have said that for the past 2 months, but I think that we have legitimately we're at that point where it's kind of the rubber's going to hit the road. You're going to get some real fighting.
Right, and so the Straw Hats are up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy's in Mirror World.
Ostensibly safe. You have
For
to
now,
assume.
for now. I think what's going to happen is the Straw Hats are in the air, and they're going towards the island where Sanji is. It's not going to be as easy as Sanji getting the cake to them. Something might happen with the Vinsmokes or something. I don't know exactly what'll happen, but we're not done with the Vinsmokes. We have to see Judge without the helmet.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly aren't done with the Vinsmokes because I mean you have to get the Sanji the climax of that story. That one has to be resolved. Where like, is Sanji still a member of the family? Is he going to lead it? There's a lot that still needs to be figured out with them.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't be surprised if you get everything converges on the island where the cake is being made, and the Vinsmokes are going to hold off Big Mom while Sanji makes like the cake, and I don't know, Luffy is going to be flying in to maybe fight Big Mom, but by the time he gets there, it's resolved.
Yeah, there will definitely be a mirror on that other island. Maybe that's where, because the original plan was to meet in the middle of the ocean and throw the cake into her big fat gullet. Big Mom's big fat gullet. Anyways, it's going to be very interesting, and this arc has been extremely unpredictable. I'm ready for the climax. Let's get to Wano.
Yeah, I've been saying for a while, I'd love it if Oda would just take a month off, don't release any chapters, and just release like an Attack on Titan sort of chapter where you get 40, 50 pages and you get the whole build up and the climax.
Oh yeah, it's going to be incredible. And what's kind of like what's happening at the end of this month. We're getting an hour of One Piece, the anime, and then we're getting an hour of Dragon Ball Super, where it's gonna start like literally the whole Jiraiya and Goku fight is gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
gonna be incredible. They brought some good animators in, so I'd like to see that story with good animators for a change. It'll be nice.
That's it's. There's going to be a lot to look forward to in the next couple of weeks.
Yes, and we're definitely going to review what's been going on in Attack on Titan. It's been a lot of just flashback, but we have some ideas and we have some predictions for the future, and that'll be our next video. I know we've been gone for a bit, but obviously you can see brand new space. I
Well,
am now raising
well,
exactly, and I'm now raising a doggy daughter, and Gob, he's trying to take a test and he's getting in shape.
yeah, doing something. Nimbus, it's good to be back. It's been too long.
It's great to be back. YouTube.
Let's do this again sometime.
Yep, I'm free on Saturday.
We'll talk.
All right, YouTube. It's a pleasure to be back.
Uh,
Is this what we did? Team
yes,
12
I
out.
think that's-